Hi, I'm Olivia, and welcome to Connecting the Dots in Early Childhood Education. Today, we're going to be exploring teaching shapes accurately, focusing on the rectangle.
Okay, so let's get started. Talking about teaching shapes accurately to young children, focusing on the rectangle. So, what language are we going to use? How are we going to describe a rectangle to young children? Well, there's really only a few things that we want them to know. The first is that a rectangle has 4 right angles. I'll say it again. A rectangle has 4 right angles. I know what you're thinking. This concept may seem foreign to teaching to a young child. However, I promise that they are able to learn it. They're capable of it. We just have to stick to it and make it a really concrete learning experience for them. And we're going to talk more about this in a minute. Another thing that we want children to know is that a rectangle has 4 straight sides, 4 right angles, and 4 straight sides. And of course, like all shapes, it has to be closed. There could be no holes in the rectangle. Another optional thing that you can teach children is that the opposite sides of the rectangle are the same length. The opposite sides of the rectangle are the same length. We do not say that a rectangle has 2 short and 2 long sides, because this is not always true. Again, we do not say that a rectangle has 2 short and 2 long sides, because this is not always true. And we'll talk more about that at the end of the video. For now, just remember that when talking about rectangles with young children, we want to focus on 4 right angles, 4 straight sides, and that it's closed. Optionally, you may choose to teach that the opposite sides are the same length. So let's talk a little bit more about right angles. I know many of you were probably listening to that portion of the video thinking that I sounded crazy, teaching right angles to young children. But I promise that when we teach it in a way that feels concrete, children are able to understand and comprehend the concept of a right angle. Here are some of my tips. Have children make the letter L with their fingers, like this. That way, they're able to really see the way that a right angle looks, just like I put the letter L up on the slide on the video. Another way that you can teach right angles to young children is by using a stack of Post-it notes. Have children look at the corners of the Post-it notes, which are right angles and fit right inside their letter L they make with their fingers. What I like to do is during morning meeting, I sometimes have a couple of children go on a right angle hunt around the classroom. They can use the letter L with their fingers, or they can carry around a Post-it note with them. You'll be amazed at how easily children are able to recognize right angles when you go over it again and again and make it a fun and concrete learning experience for them. As with the triangle and all shapes really, we want children to see rectangles of different sizes and different orientations. You can see we have some rectangles here that are skinny, some that are fat, some that are slanted, some that are in a very traditional orientation. When we show children a wide variety of rectangles, it really helps to strengthen their critical thinking skills and makes them think more about the properties of the shape to figure out if a shape is in fact a rectangle. Showing a wide variety of sizes and orientations is extremely, extremely important. I want you to look at the shape on this slide. If you're thinking it's a square, you're right, it is a square, but it's also a rectangle. Remember when I said at the beginning of the video that we don't want to teach rectangles as 2 short and 2 long sides? This is why. A rectangle, in order to be a rectangle, only has to have 4 right angles and 4 straight sides. So in actuality, this square is a rectangle. In fact, squares are a special type of rectangle. They have 4 straight sides and 4 right angles, and their sides happen to be the same length. This is why we want to teach geometry in an accurate way. And I know that this concept can feel a little bit confusing because in all reality, many of us learn geometry in a very inaccurate way. However, by learning it accurately ourselves, we're able to teach it in an accurate way to young children, which gives them a much stronger foundation in their learning. So again, to reiterate, a rectangle has 4 straight sides, 4 right angles, it's closed, and you may choose to teach that the opposite sides are the same. I know. Take it all in. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. We know this concept can feel a little bit confusing.
Thank you so much for watching. And remember, when we teach shapes accurately, we set our youngest learners up for success. To learn more, visit our website or visit our social media links. All of the handles can be found at the slide at the end of the video. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.